Drive into 2024 with tremendous savings on a new Mazda from Team Mazda. Like 0% for 60 months on a new Mazda CX-30, Mazda CX-50, and Mazda CX-5. Plus, make no payments for 90 days on every new Mazda right now at Team Mazda on Airline.
That would be concerning and maybe set a precedent moving forward.
If you have plans to be outside, you might hit a couple of these little passing showers.
A drug bust and a few arrests made. Look at what they hauled in here.
Well, good morning. It is 7:03 here, and it's Lundi Gras.
That's what I hear. Look, after a busy week, I mean, it was like parades and Super Bowl. Congratulations waking up on a Monday morning after a crazy busy weekend. Whole brand new week, and it's we still got some parades to go, so we're going to dig into those here in a minute. We should probably talk to somebody who knows about the forecast, though.
Dr. Steve Caprata getting us going here on a Monday. And Steve, you've been at it all over the weekend watching those storms that came through last night, but this morning, how we looking?
Doing much better.
Oh.
Yeah, we got some severe weather late yesterday and last night, but things are improving this morning. Storms are moving off to our east. We do have a few light showers left locally, and over the next couple of hours, could still squeeze out a light shower or two, not much. Here's a look at where the severe weather hit last night. Most of this came from one storm, one that kind of rolled across Prairieville right up towards the town of Livingston. A lot of hail out of that one. Some hail up to near the size of golf balls. We also had wind damage in Albany. You can see hail that was also reported in Watson. Certainly got loud even where we didn't have the severe weather. But this morning we are drying out. That's our sky night view over downtown Baton Rouge. Still mostly cloudy, but some breaks showing up in that shot as well. Trending cooler. Baton Rouge to Hammond 57, Gonzales 59, New Roads at 54. Many of us a good 10 to nearly 15 degrees cooler than we were at this time yesterday. And temperatures not moving much through the day, kind of stuck in the 50s. So quite a change, because yesterday we tied a record high at 81 in Baton Rouge. Today will be in the 50s. Also going to be breezy. Winds out of the west and west-northwest, 10 to 20 miles per hour. Some gusts that could at times reach the 30s. Give you a look at Futurecast. You see the rains continuing eastward. Here we are at 9 o'clock, and that potential of a lingering light shower or two. But by lunchtime, we should be dry. The afternoon is dry, even as some clouds linger. And right on into the evening, still looking at potentially some clouds around, but keeping it dry. So dry weather, good news for the crew of Shenandoah, rolling at 7 o'clock tonight. It will be a bit chilly, around 50, falling into the upper 40s. Still a bit breezy, so dress for the chilly weather. Camogo rolls at the same time in Plaquemine, so again around 50 into the upper 40s. The New Roads parades tomorrow. Weather cooperates. Now, if you're going to be out there kind of lining up early in the morning, it's a chilly start, but it'll gradually get more comfortable. Should be into the low to mid 50s as things start at 11 o'clock, upper 50s as we get into the afternoon. So staying kind of cool through the day, but sunshine is definitely going to help out. Today, not expecting a whole lot of sunshine. We'll call it mostly cloudy, breezy with temperatures in the 50s. There you see Fat Tuesday starting out in the upper 30s, but highs low to mid 60s with the sunshine. Wednesday, of course, Ash Wednesday / Valentine's Day this year starts out around 40, 67, staying dry through Thursday. Our next rain chance moving in later Friday into early Saturday. Right now, not looking like too big of a deal with that next round of rain. We do salvage the second half of the upcoming weekend. All right, 7:06. Let's get an update on your Monday morning drive now with Johnny.
Still have a wreck blocking the left lane 10 eastbound. Coming in from Port Allen, you're going to have a little issue with that. And here you can see it, the backup right at the LA1 on-ramp. So not really horrible, but definitely slower than we want to see it. So there's your issue. It's going to be on the left lane blocked, a couple of vehicles involved, and we're possibly waiting on a heavy-duty wrecker. You can see the MAP vehicle getting people over to the right side, right near Laurie Burgess Avenue, the Washington exit. Here's the inbound traffic from the bridge from Port Allen. Not really seeing significant backups anymore at the intracoastal overpasses. Just when you get up on the bridge, you'll start to see that slower moving traffic. And then from LA 415 out to the 1012, of course, the majority of that's going to be between LA 1 and the lakes because of that wreck right before the lakes. So there's your backup and inbound traffic affected from Port Allen. 7:07, we do it every single morning right here on WAFB Plus. Give you a little update on what we covered this morning in briefer formats, shorter format. And for that, we go to Matt Liz.
Johnny, thank you. Boy, was it a busy weekend.
It really was.
Not only did we have the Super Bowl, which we're going to touch on, but we also sent you a breaking news alert. This kind of jarring story. A church shooting out of Houston, and Matt, it's a big one.
Yeah, Joel Osteen, right? Everybody knows the mega church, the preacher there, the pastor. And so, according to authorities, this woman walks into the church, fires off with a long gun, a rifle, fires off a couple shots. She is immediately shot. A couple off-duty cops there work at security. She is immediately shot, taken down here. You're looking at some of the video and obviously some of the stories there. She's killed, but actually they're saying a boy who was with her, and not quite sure the relationship exactly yet, was also hit by some gunfire.
Yeah, a 5-year-old boy was with her.
Yeah.
Investigators are still trying to figure out what that tie was.
Right.
Now, in the crossfire, that 5-year-old boy was injured. We're told that he's right now in critical condition. Another man was injured, we believe shot in the leg. That's the latest that we have on them this morning. But the investigation continues, Matt, because the shooting happened right around 2 in the afternoon. So this is between one of the mega church services there that wrapped up and then the next Spanish-speaking service. The service was not in session, but it was in between that transition period where they were getting people in, church members were there too. So a lot. The cell phone video camera that we showed this morning, you see kind of people scattering as those shots are fired. A large law enforcement presence there at the scene, but the investigation, Matt, continues.
It involves a house in the North Houston area as well. They said they're not quite sure. They raided this house and not quite sure the connection there to that shooter. But again, to your point, the now is the investigation into who this was, why this was, all that going on. But yeah, a larger tragedy certainly averted.
Yeah. We're also following, of course, the big news from last night,
spin it
right?
around. Yes.
Did you watch Channel 9 last night?
Oh,
Well,
boy.
the Super Bowl 58 aired on our station.
Kind of a ball game there, yeah.
Well-
So Chiefs and Niners again. So this is not the first time they have met in the Super Bowl. Chiefs won that game against the Niners, a few years back. It was the first of the Chiefs. Now 3 Super Bowls. Liz, this is crazy. Into overtime with this one, only the second time that's ever happened. The last time it was the Patriots beating the Falcons in overtime. This one goes to overtime. That's the winning touchdown right there for their back-to-back titles.
Look, that game
Crazy,
lasted
huh?
long, late into the
Right,
night.
exactly.
Of course, Usher was a big halftime
Yeah, he was.
performer
He
too.
was.
A
He
big
was.
night, a great celebration. He brought out Alicia Keys. He brought out Lil Jon. He brought out
came out.
Ludacris. Yeah. I think it was a pretty good show.
No, it was a good show. And then all the commercials. And so, yeah, everybody's social media is going to be filled up with the Super Bowls and Usher in halftime and of course, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce and all the stuff. The social media today is going to be filled with red.
Yeah, so who's going to be the halftime performer next year when the Super Bowl
Is where?
is in the Big Easy?
11th time the Big Easy is going to be hosting the Super Bowl. Actually, today there's a kind of a handing over ceremony in Las Vegas.
Yeah, actually the New Orleans Mayor, LaToya Cantrell, the Lieutenant Governor, Billy Nungesser, all the bigwigs, they're going to be there as that handoff ceremony happens from Super Bowl 58 to 59. That's happening in Las Vegas around 10 o'clock this morning. We've got crews there to cover it, and they're going to send us back some video, tell us how it all went.
Sure.
Man, it's all about preparing for the next year.
Look, man, I'll it's one of those hills I'll die on. There's no better place to host the Super Bowl than New Orleans. Everything's like right there.
Yeah.
Vegas is really pretty good.
Well-
Miami's hosted 11 times. This will be New Orleans 11th time. But Miami's so spread out from where the game is to where the hotels are, where the
Right.
beach is.
You know, you've
New
covered
Orleans
it.
Exactly. New Orleans is. Vegas did a pretty good job.
Yeah.
It's going to be back there pretty quickly. That was a heck of a show. But yeah, can't wait for it to be back down in South Louisiana.
All right, so we'll let you know what comes out of that. Get you the latest at noon. Also following this happening today in our part of the world, the Baton Rouge Press Club. They're hosting the CEO of the Pelican Policy Institute for Public Policy. He's expected to talk about some of the legislative plans for the upcoming year, and he's expected to talk about a new educational reform campaign. That's all taking place. Where is it? Drusilla Place Catering?
Drusilla Place Catering, right? So those doors open. You know this 11:30 this morning. It's open to the public. Get on in there and be a part of that. Also open to the public, Gonzales City Council. They've got a meeting as well today. So if you're going to be a part of that, that is something you can be a part of if you want to make your way out to that particular part of the world.
Something we can always be a part of. Look, it's still February. It's still hard month. We want to keep these conversations going. So we're all having these conversations year round. In fact, Callie Hubbard, she spoke with a mom in Livingston Parish who lost her son to cardiac arrest. And you think about that, it's like, look, I'm healthy. This isn't going to happen to me. It's not going to happen to my child. They didn't think that either. He was the epitome of health.
Yeah, and so what are the signs to know? What should you be looking out for? Because yeah, you can be perfectly healthy. And look at this, just perfectly beautiful family here. That's just, and then you lose somebody at 18 years old at the time, right?
Yeah.
And why, how, and what should you be looking out for? And then what measures could you possibly have in place from your schools and places, that kind of thing? You have those defibrillator machines available. They are on a mission, Liz, this one family in particular, on a mission to get the money locally and at the national level to make sure schools have this technology right where it needs to be.
Man, keep that conversation
Yes.
going. Check out Callie's story to find out how to do just that, to find out about Gray's Army. They're also collecting donations. They are a nonprofit foundation helping to make sure that more places do have AEDs and places for you to teach CPR. So please, please go ahead and check out that story. Share their story. That family's turning their pain into purpose.
Trying to.
Yeah.
Well, so for some, pain is Valentine's Day, right? I mean, that's
Sure is, I guess.
It's right around the corner.
Yeah.
If you don't want to buy something for somebody, buy something for yourself, perhaps.
Yeah, Dion Guillory actually has a whole list. He checked in with Consumer Alerts to talk about the best Valentine's Day gifts to treat yourself. That's big, right? The self-care, all the
stuff.
nifty tools and gadgets to treat yourself. So check out his story because he's got a list of them. They actually tested out the things that they thought would be good, including things for men and women and children. So, all right, treat
right there.
yourself.
All right,
Yeah,
treat
if you don't want
treat
just a
yourself.
typical meal or something nice, come on.
There you go. Happy Valentine's Day. Did you see? Okay, so it was all about Super Bowl yesterday, right?
Sure was.
But there's a big game at the PMAC as well. Tide comes in. Look, the Tide rolled in and actually took down the LSU men's team. And for about a half last night, it looked like they were going to take down the ladies. And then apparently, quite literally, according to Coach Kim Mulkey, it was like, come to Jesus at halftime. She said, we had a prayer meeting.
Quite literally.
Quite literally.
She said, you know what that is? A prayer meeting? Wink.
Yeah, wink,
Prayer
wink,
meeting.
wink, wink,
Yeah,
prayer
Johnny,
meeting.
you know all about that, right? You and Kim Mulkey, you guys are close. Did you lead her into prayer at that meeting? Were you there?
This is fiery.
I was praying at that time.
Fiery. I mean, it turned it around. They outscored Alabama 30-9 in the third quarter alone. They go on to a 19-point win. So quite the turnaround from half to half.
Oh, yeah. Did they even lead in the first half? I don't remember. I don't think they led.
Maybe like 2-0.
Yeah.
But it was just all tied in those first 20 minutes.
Well, look, we'll take a win. We'll take a win, and we'll take a comeback after that, too.
Yeah, good win.
All right.
All right, back to the parades. It's going to be chilly, but no rain.
Yeah, that's the important part,
Boom,
right?
right
You
there.
can dress for the chilly.
Yes.
So you got Shenandoah, the brand new parade rolling tonight at 7. Across the river, it's Camogo, which is just a great parade.
fun.
The New Orleans style floats for that one. That's also at 7. We're looking at roughly around 50 into the upper 40s, a little bit breezy. So you're definitely going to feel it, so dress for it. And then tomorrow for your Fat Tuesday, if you're going to be out early, New Orleans, new roads, cold start, but beautiful day, sunshine, and temperatures warm up.
Can't ask for better than that. Boy, we had great weather on Saturday. Overcast, cool.
Really did.
Thank you, Steve. Love that. It continues tomorrow.
In 1983, Car and Driver released its first 10 best automotive list. The Honda Accord was on that first list and has been for 38 years ever since, more than any other vehicle. Come see why the Accord is consistently rated as one of the best vehicles on the road at Team Honda on Siegen Lane.